Call. Two men. One named Rich. That's me.
This is Jermaine. Just got off the toilet.
He's a foul man. This is the X's and O's of life.
Huh?
I don't know if it's just you, but it sounds like the intro was done in a bunker.
You said in a bunker.
Right. Like if you listen to the audio, it's real echoey, and it's much different than the regular show.
Yeah. It seemed like that gunshot it's a little bit louder than when you just play it on the thing now.
Yeah. I don't know. We may actually
See, it don't sound that on the intro. It sounds like a lot more acoustics is involved in that one.
Right. Yeah, there's more sound to it. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. We'll have to probably fix that at some point. Okay. So, hi.
Welcome back. X's and O's.
I think from this point on for a while now, I think we're actually going to have a weekly show now. I think we're out of the woods of having, whatever
anything
things
come up.
Right. Yeah. And I get it, man. Things happen. So, name of the episode is Congraduations. So got a few things we want to touch on. I don't know if anyone has actually looked at the description, but we'll just kind of go in chronological order I guess it really won't be chronological. Whatever. We're going to go at the pace that I wrote it down because whatever.
All right.
So I am old. Yeah. Went to a 20-year reunion yesterday. Okay.
I have been to mine.
Yes. I
think I went to mine in 2016. Yep.
I was gonna say 1998, but you're. Yep. So, all right, I got some thoughts. So it was in Erie, and
I was going to say, yeah, provide me with the backdrop detail.
Yeah.
Is it in a hotel? Where was it at?
No. So we went on a little boat ride. It was on the
boat ride.
Princess Victoria or something like that.
Okay.
So here's where it all fell apart, right? So the planning of it wasn't great, mostly because all that was used was Facebook, right? I don't remember the number of the actual graduating class. I don't remember, but it was a hell of a lot more than this. Now I understand, look, in the grand scheme of life, and I brought this point up, turnout is not going to be great the further along as you go, because people literally are moving away, things like that. So I completely get it. 20 people came, and that was
20.
That was, and here's the kicker: it wasn't 20 of the graduating class; it was 20 and their plus ones. So it was basically, yeah.
So you mean combined total 20 guests, friends, significant other? So
yeah.
Dang.
So, yeah. And the problem with that was you needed 50 people to pretty much rent out the full boat. So this was shared. It was shared.
Oh, this is like a shared Uber.
Dude, facts, man, facts. And it, I don't want people to feel like I'm, crapping all over because I'm not trying to do that, but here's the problem. There were people that flew in from Virginia, rode a train. Oh no, it gets worse. I'm gonna tell you one thing. You're gonna be like, yo, what? There was one person that like rode a train 11 hours from New York. There was one person that literally flew in from Puerto Rico.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
To see
Now
20 people.
for 2 hours on a boat. And
It
the
was
worst part is,
dedicated people.
and the worst part is, she was super, super, super like silent in school. So people were kind of like, "Oh, who are you?"
Who are you again?
What? And that's so bad because you flew from a country. Like,
Did she look significantly better than she did back
I don't
in high
remember
school?
what you looked like before.
That's all I was going to say. If somebody's going through that length or that type of measure, they really must think that they're in a good place in their life that they wanted to show off, because you're not going to go through that many obstacles to get to a school reunion unless you really got some type of point to prove, or
Right. And
you're
even
trying to
worse,
send a message.
there were no name tags. There was no
Oh yeah, you
conversation.
need the name tags, because even if I do remember what the person is, I still got people. I'm like, what was their name again? I need the name tag.
Right. There was no conversation. It seemed like there was no conversation about what you're doing now. Like it was just
And like you said, Facebook organized. So there was no official, no school, no
there was no
classmate
invitation
that took
sent
the
or anything.
reins and said, "Hey,
Right.
I'm going to be the point of contact." Or like with mine, I know it
Now,
was probably like 3 or 4 girls that graduated in our class, and they like kind of, it was like them and like one other guy that they worked together, and they kind of, he reached out and they reached
right.
down, and they got T-shirts made and class of, and yeah. And
And
Aliquip was a
so
small school, so it's
right.
like I don't know how many we had graduating in our class, but it's pretty small. I know it's under 100. I'm pretty sure you had more than 100 people in your graduating class. We at
Not
least had enough people to make up a six period lunch group. Like we had at
yeah.
least, I want to say at least 40 to 50 people there.
I would say it's probably probably right around 100 would be my best guess.
Right around what?
Right around 100.
About 100.
About 100. Like that's so you got about a fifth, or I'm sorry, you got a 10th of that class. And like
A fifth, you
now
said.
here's the thing here too. So you remember Tasha from the wedding, right?
From the wedding?
Yeah. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah.
Like, am I muffled at all?
No, sometimes, I mean, it seems like certain parts of your sentence kind of drop, and I can't hear like the
Oh,
tail end of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Noted. You remember Tasha from the wedding, right?
Yes.
Okay. So she was the one that organized it, but she was also kind of doing it with like a pretty drunk guy.
Okay.
So he was interjecting his 2 cents in. So I feel like if it was left up to strictly Tasha, it would have been much better, but it wasn't. There were a lot of mishaps on the way, and it just felt very, very lackluster. Now with that being said, I wasn't like insanely stoked to see all these people. I'm like, okay. I went there and no one knew who I was, and I'm like, cool, like it.
Wow.
Oh,
Nobody
I
could
was
just say your name right off the bat, aren't you?
yeah, I mean, yeah, and I was super into it. I'm like, nice, okay, good. Except like the people I actually knew, and at the end of the day, like, look, I appreciate the effort. It just went over bad. It went over bad. I feel like a lot of people had the same conversation me and Tiff had on the way back to the hotel. And it's crazy. It was a 2-hour drive. You spent 2 hours on the boat and it's a 2-hour drive back, and we paid $300 a night for a hotel. So
300. God, in Erie?
listen, you know what my wife is like. It was on the water, and come on, it was
First
the
class.
Sheridan.
First class.
It was the Sheridan and all that. So we weren't, I'm like, okay, that's fine. But yeah, man, it just kind of fell a little flat. And I think a lot of went into that is the time in between graduation, right? What actually happened there was just you sat on the boat, and it was like weirdly catered. Like they had so you had one plate, right? You can get carrots on it, spaghetti and meatball, this weird dried ass chicken leg, mashed potatoes. I'm like, this stuff doesn't go together, man. Like who? What?
So they didn't even have like food items that like lay down like, if you're gonna have turkey, you're gonna have mashed potatoes and gravy or something like that.
Right. Because
It was
nothing
like
says spaghetti like mashed potatoes. I'm like, what are we doing?
spaghetti and mashed potatoes.
Yeah, delicious, And so, yeah, I mean, once again, I don't want to sound ungrateful or anything like that. It just, I feel like it went over bad, and I think a lot of that had to do with the organization of it was just not there. Like I was gonna say, there should have been maybe like some kind of nightcap set up afterwards,
Yeah.
Especially for folks traveling. I mean, who's living in Erie? Like, who is staying in Erie? What is, you know what I mean? Like, people are traveling, so more than likely they're staying over. Now, I would say at least 2 of the people they drove back home. I just feel like it at least would have taken the bite off of. And by the way, am I still coming in clear? Are you missing any words anymore?
No, I'm here.
Okay,
I got you.
all right. Okay. If there was some kind of nightcap set up, it at least would have taken the sting out of the main course. You know what I mean? Like, it just would have been like, well, you know what? Hey, look, because we had
the nightcap is definitely paramount because it's. I know that we had one. It was at, I think, like a VFW was like the official place that we were at, and that's where the main thing took place, and everybody announced whatever, and the T-shirts gave out and all that. But then there was someone's house that everybody met up at later on to kind of finish out the nightcap, like you said, playing cards, almost like a cookout, almost like food and stuff like that, just for everybody to catch up in a kind of a non-formal setting. Yeah, that's important. It's important,
right? And once again, it's just the sheer amount of people that didn't come, but the amount of people that came, it almost is even more paramount to do something else to kind of like say, hey, thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Right. And once again, like I said, I am by no means putting this on her head. I just think that how it was organized and who she had to kind of organize it with it wasn't going to work.
So what high school is this?
It's Strong Vincent.
What's it called?
Strong Vincent.
Strong Vincent. Okay.
Yeah.
Why would she have it in Erie if like the
that's where
school?
It was at. That's where it was at. Like, that's a school.
So you graduated from school in Erie? I thought you graduated somewhere around here in Pittsburgh.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say, why would you have it way in Erie if it's happened somewhere around here? Okay. Now that makes sense.
So your point but your point still stands though, because it's kind of like, I get it, it's there, that's where the school was, but what we did had nothing to do with the school other than being in the same city. Like, I kind of feel like we probably should have done this in a bigger place, maybe not, or a better place there. Just something that's more because it was very like not claustrophobic, but like there was like 5 tables and that was it for us. And on the other side of it was some kind of like graduate or marriage thingy, 50 years, whatever. It's like,
Okay.
cool. We don't care. And there's like there's so many kids. I don't know, man. It did not.
Well, I mean, like being on
feel-
a boat, you just limit yourself to so many different things anyway. It, like you're stuck in that little. Not saying that everybody wants to go venture out and see parts of the town or the city or anything, but when you're on a boat, you're just like whatever is there, and that is it.
Now, here is the other part. And then we'll move on to the next thing because I don't want to like harp on this because I really do feel bad saying what I'm saying because I don't want her to feel like, well, it sucked because no, I don't really think you had much to do with it for the faulting, whatever of it. I don't know. I think with the internet and the ability to keep in touch with people as much as you can, as easy as you can, I think that takes the sting out of it. Like it takes the like, oh my god, I haven't seen you. It's like
True.
I
True.
could see you whenever I wanted to on the social media because things like you're always keeping, for the least people that you care about, that's what you can do. So it kind of like it almost when you go there, it almost becomes kind of clicky again, like which is ironic because high school,
High school.
but there isn't much of a reason to really venture around the proverbial room. Let's say a lot of people came. Well, if I was wanting to keep in contact with you, I would have. So when I see you in public, it's not like, oh my God, I haven't seen you since yesterday on Facebook. It's like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like,
Yeah. I mean, put it this way: any class reunion, I want to say pre 1990, even a little further in the 90s, like any class reunion that maybe took place before 2000
yeah,
had a lot more impact than the ones
right.
that's after 2000 because you said like there's people that know more about like there's probably people that know more about somebody that I might call my best friend. They probably know more about them than I do. And
Right.
because they read their whole profile, they know about the kids, they know everything about them because of the social
Because
media.
you can.
And it's
Because you
yeah,
can. It really it takes
it definitely
because when you
takes the
go,
so where are you? Like you said, I
right,
just saw your profile yesterday. I know
right.
exactly where you were.
And then you go and like you're not talking to certain people. It's like, well, because if I wanted to, I would have paid attention to you on the 19 different ways I can contact you.
That's
No,
a
I mean
great point.
obviously there's one-offs where, it's like, oh dude, I haven't thought about you in years, man. How are you? Like this dude, Daryl Jasper. Good dude. I wasn't like crazy close. I worked with him a little bit when I was up there. When we talked, but we're not like, playing grab ass, but
Yeah,
good dude. I mean, I would say he's more of an acquaintance than anything.
yeah,
There's nothing wrong with that. We just didn't run the same pack. It is what it is. It was good to see him, but I'm not, you know, you're not dying to like you're not going to travel up to see their kids graduation type thing. You know what I mean? Like I know it
yeah.
sounds bad, but and it sounds like I said, I know it sounds bad. I don't want that to sound bad, but it just is what it is. Like
It's true. I mean,
dude
whether it
actually
sounds bad or
listened,
not, I mean,
which is crazy
it's
because
reality. It's like, okay,
dude
it
listens
was
to the
good to
pod.
see you, but
Yeah,
if I didn't see you, my life wasn't going to change. I mean, just because I saw you, nothing. I haven't taken anything away from this that
right,
that popped my eyeballs out of my head or anything like that. I
right,
mean, it's good to see you, but
and yeah,
I'm going to
and
get back to where I was, and you're probably
it's
going to get back to
also
where you
20
were,
years.
and
It's 20 years too, so like you don't really stay in contact, and it's just kind of like, oh, okay, I don't know. But
and going off of that, I'm not a big social media person. So when I did go to my I keep wanting to say family reunion, my class reunion.
yeah,
I was a little bit more, in shock or blown away.
right,
Not blown away, but it was people I hadn't seen because I don't take the time to read people's profiles. But
right,
people were telling me even when I got there were a handful of people that were there, but then there were a handful of people that wasn't. But people were there talking about them, and if I asked the question, the whole room had an answer. It was like, one person's name was Kizzy. I was like, where's Kizzy? And this one over here was like, oh, she lives in such and such. This person over here was like, yeah, and she got a husband. And this person over here, her kids just graduated. I'm like, they knew all this information about her.
right.
And I
Because
asked one question, but the whole room could respond because the whole room had her profile or her social media page.
which
And it was
just
just like,
takes the fun of it. It's like Christmas morning, right? But like you saw 2 weeks ago all the receipts for all your presents.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you like you're
That's a
getting it, like
good analogy.
you're still able to get it. You're like still like, oh, that's cool, man. But it takes that punch out of it. So
Yeah,
I don't know, man. It almost, for all the good social media can do, this is one of the real bad things because it really just
I agree.
takes it out of it. Now I get it, like the whole let's have fun together, let's do something personally together. That's great. Except when this is what it looks like, and it's like, dude, because that in its own right, those people that went there, do you think they're gonna be really excited about the 25 year or the 30 year? They're like,
Or
well,
the ones that's coming up.
yeah, like it's a little kind of like, oh man. But once again, I think I think what we actually need to do is, have the Tiff and Kathy and Tasha put their big ass brains together and make that happen. Because I think,
A do-over, huh?
yeah, like just like send out actual invitations, have something, have a plan, then a potential contingency plan if it is if it's a smaller turnout.
Yeah, and
And then
then
on
you
top of that,
gotta have activities to keep people
right,
inclusive. I mean, even if
right,
you got people that might come and then they try to kind of keep it close to the chest, or they try to be non-participatory. But at
right,
mine there was definitely activities, raffles. People
right,
pulling tickets out and seeing if they won something. And then, like I said, at the end, which was a great kicker, it was like they pulled out these boxes with T-shirts on them, and I still wear my T-shirt to this day. It says
yeah,
Aliquippa class of '96. And
yeah,
I mean that was a great parting gift, to make
yeah,
me remember. You know, but you got to have some type of activities. Yeah, it does have to be planned out. It can't be just all right. Everybody show up in the room and then let's just let it take place from there. I mean,
right.
you're gonna get what you just experienced.
Yeah, and it was just a lot of people just sitting and doing that and conversating with who they probably already conversate with.
Clicky,
Right. Which is
crazy.
fine. Like I get it. I understand. There's nothing really wrong with that. But I don't know. I feel like it would have been better in a different place with a bigger turnout. Maybe it wouldn't have been. I don't know. But at the one point, Tiff, and we will literally move on after this. Apparently, there's a few people that died, and no one acknowledged that. And Tiff had a problem with
Whoa.
that. Yeah, there was no
Okay,
like
I would have too.
in
Yeah.
memoriam or whatever the hell that thing is called, but like no one said anything.
And he mentioned it ever
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah. That felt a little uncouth a little bit, but
Well, I mean, you're not trying to fill the room up with sad thoughts or memories,
no,
but in
right,
respect of like, hey, we
right,
all remember such and such, and he's no longer here
right.
or she's no longer
Just an
here.
acknowledgement.
Let's give
Yeah.
a moment of silence or something. Yeah.
Mhm. Hell, a name drop would have worked. Just something. It just I mean, I didn't really care. I didn't really mess with the people that are gone, But I think just from like the human element side, it's like, that feels a little gross, a little bit. Like,
Yeah, that's crazy. Social media has run. I never really. I mean, I'm not a big proponent of it, but
right.
when I am making my case for the cons of it, I
Yeah.
didn't think of this one, and this is
Neither
clearly
did I,
one.
man. Neither did I.
This is clearly one that, like you said, it's not as exciting because I just pulled up your profile the other day.
Yeah.
I can stay in touch with you. I can stay in touch with you whether I want to or not from afar, and you don't even know. You don't
when
know
Tasha
that I
said
know.
20 people were going, I was like, oh, okay, that's not a bad turnout. It's not terrible. It's also 20 years down the road, so I get it. But I was like, oh damn, this is 20 with the plus ones, like, and I was one of the plus ones. Like, damn, like I counted as a graduate and a plus one. Like that's legit, man. Like,
you played offense and defense on that one. You
right? I'm literally I'm like the safety and the wideout in high school.
you
That's
said you a two-way player.
Yeah. All right. Well, moving on here. Piggybacking off the name here as well. So the boy is graduating high school on Thursday.
Oh, this Thursday coming up. What is that? The 6th?
Sure. I don't know.
Yep.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I know it's the upcoming Thursday. That's about as far as I can go. So,
well, the only reason why I know the date is I count dates based off of when I get paid. So I know I get paid on a Friday. I'm like, that's the 7th. So if you said Thursday, one day before, it's the 6th.
Yeah.
It's my only sense of dates is when I get paid.
Fair enough. So his prom was on Friday, I believe. Yeah. His prom was on Friday. Like
this Friday
2
that
days
just
ago.
passed.
Yeah, like 2 days ago, Friday. Yeah.
Did he go?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Who he go with?
Nobody.
Oh, he rode solo. Solo dolo.
Yeah, rode solo. And apparently, so this school sucks, man. It was like there was like 3 different schools that were doing prom at the same place. I'm like, dude,
That's awkward.
Dude, right. I'm so happy he's out of this god awful school. Like,
this generation get gypped on so many memories that are supposed to live with you till you die, and they are severely watered down. It's sad. It's just as sad as just not. They don't go outside. They don't forge relationships outside. And remember we discussed on pods here, even when we had the guests with all the kids, their idea of a crazy summer day was beating you in Fortnite or something. Like,
right.
That's crazy. They get gypped on so many. Like, our older generation and parents told us that our generation or what we were doing was watered down. Theirs is like water. Like if our generation can compare to the the 60s and the 70s and man, this generation now ain't got nothing on.
No, they have
anything.
They have diet water.
Yes, everything is in smaller increments, and it just doesn't have the impact.
He did win a talent show at school.
He won what?
He won a talent show at school.
He won a talent show.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. The guitar.
So he wrote his own. It's his own little Spanish song. Like he literally wrote his own song.
Wrote it. Dang. Not dub over or not. What do you call it when somebody do a remake of somebody's song? I know it's called
2024 music. Yeah.
Pretty much all of it. A snippet or something like that, or a redo. Now he wrote it from scratch. That's awesome.
Wrote it, composed it, all that. Yeah. So that was pretty nice. But yeah, he's graduating Thursday, and that's pretty wild. Like that. I feel like at that point, that severs the ties of him being a kid. Like at that point, he's no longer a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you almost like not saying that they have to be 18 or they have to be, but that is a rite of passage right there. That is a turning point where you stop saying, "Hey, boy," you say either you call him man or young man, or I call my son dude.
I'm still call him boy. I call them both boy. I don't care. And somehow they know which one I'm referring to every time.
You said boy, and what else? Both boy.
They're both boy. They're
both boy.
And they somehow understand which one I'm
Which one you're distinguishing.
It's weird, man.
One has more emphasis on it or something.
Probably, man. It's an absolutely unconscious thing I'm doing, but I'm like, boy.
And the right one answers.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, that's happening then, and then he just it's kind of the countdown clock to get him to college. So
he's starting in the fall.
Yep.
Semester.
Yep.
Like he ain't taking no time off or anything like that. He's going straight into. Okay.
Yeah. He's dropping right in. He's going to work the rest of the summer and do all that and keep doing that. But let's kind of pivot here and talk about how you are closer to being dead.
Yes. For those of you that don't know, or we said last time, we skipped last Sunday's episode because it was my birthday, the May 26th, and I moved one step closer to death. Turned 46. Turned 46 years old, and my birthday, I can honestly say it was one of the better birthdays I've ever had. It was a great time. Yeah, it was a great time from a standpoint of my kids. Came over, and my ex even came over, and spent my birthday with me. And then the next day, and I, in all my years, this was the most excited I was to be around my kids and my family. I mean, just by everyone being there, it was almost like a sense of normalcy for a quick, brief, 1 or 2 days.
Okay.
So it was like, they came over, and we kind of did all the things that we normally do, the small things that you take for granted and that you don't realize, it's just I truly appreciated, feeling that same, home atmosphere, even though it was only for a couple of days. And I was a little extra sad after it was over, but still, I didn't realize how much I missed the small details, just so like I said, they came over and, was watching TV. We all watched a movie, and then I watched my son play some video games, and it was like we were all back together again.
Wait, so,
like I said,
you went there, or they came to you?
No, they came to my hotbed of apartment.
Video game system to your birthday?
Say that again.
He brought a video game system to your birthday?
No, I got the PlayStation here. Oh, I'm sure you hooked me up.
Golly, I forgot about that. Okay, I'm dumb. I'm like, wait, what? Okay.
No. I mean, he brought a couple games of his own that, of course, I don't have. But he didn't bring a whole system. Yeah, got the PlayStation
I'm dumb.
here.
I don't know why I. Continue.
But yeah, watch some TV, and like I said, my ex came over and cooked some food. It felt like we were a family again, and minus all of the drama, and it's like we put everything on hold, the real life on hold, and we kind of, I ain't gonna say lived in a make-believe world, but it was a good, happy time for all of Sunday and some of Memorial Day, like a day and a half, pretty much all of Sunday, and then they stayed over, and then Monday, Memorial Day, they left around like 7-8 o'clock, later on that day, and it was a good time, man. I mean, I really enjoyed it. Like I said, you don't really realize things that you take for granted until it is taken from you. It's almost like if there was some way to do a scared straight show for, families that are struggling, or, maybe, a husband and wife and the kids, and they're all dysfunctional, and, they hate each other, and they're always arguing. Take that away from them for, I don't know how long you can do it, but a month to 6 months, and then put them all back in the same room. Most of the time, they're going to appreciate the small, goofy stuff that they used to argue about. I don't know. That's just my perspective. That was how I felt. It was like, a lot of the things that I woke up every day doing, and like I said, I took for granted. I didn't even realize that I missed small things like that. Just simply sitting there playing a video game with my son. That's way more valuable now that I've, been here by myself and really have nobody to really share those type of moments with. And then, my ex cooking the food, I don't think I appreciated that much, but now I do. And then even my daughter with, some of the goofy things that she put up with her friends. Before, I would probably turn my head and be like, man, take that in another room. I don't want to hear that. Now it was like I was welcoming every bit of it. Like, man, when you take something away from somebody and then you present it to them, they appreciate it a lot more. So, it was an eye opener for me. But it was a great time. The most excited I've ever been around my kids and my family, ex or not. It was great. It was the best time I've had so far. But at the same time, how we stated in previous pods and in previous conversations, you probably value things in life a little bit more as you get older. So had this been 10 years before, I probably wouldn't feel, I don't know. Hard to say.
What did you get for Prezzies?
Nothing. Nothing. No actual gift or anything like that. No, I mean, and me, my daughter, and my ex, we did go to, like a bar down the street for some celebratory drinks, but no official present or anything like that. No.
Fair enough.
See, I know you. You get loaded up with presents.
Oh no,
I don't have them, man.
No,
but
so
yeah,
it depends. Oh my God! Wait, hold on. I just realized something. Let me look at the calendar. Hold the horses here. What is? Dude, are we really gonna do this? God bless America.
What happened?
You know what's coming up in 2 weeks, right?
In 2 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what is it? It's June. Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna probably miss another show.
See, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I thought about it, not trying to like go away from what you were saying, but I just thought about that. I'm like, wait, but we're also doing it at 7, so I feel like we're probably like, I don't know. Do you have anything on deck there?
No, I mean, I forgot. I didn't even really
clearly
realize it, until you just said. Now when we were at the beginning of the show and you said we're done for the summer, I think I briefly thought about it, but then I was just like, is it coming up or not? I don't know if anybody, if my kids or anything got any plans, but
okay.
I myself, as of today, I can't say I do have any. No one's mentioned anything about it, so.
Okay. Well, we will play that by ear because.
Yeah, the closer we get to it, I'll definitely be able to see if anybody's going to do anything. But yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, anyway. I imagine to keep it kind of open because I don't want to be like, well, I'm locked in, But at the same time, no one's mentioned anything as of yet.
Yeah.
When is it? What day is it? You
Sunday.
said 2 weeks. Dang. Yeah, that's coming up pretty fast.
Yeah, and we already went over, like, that's like I think it was last year actually. We're just like, nobody cares about Father's Day.
Yeah,
Nobody does.
remember?
Like,
We said if you somehow forget Mother's Day, stop the presses. They'll hang
right.
throw you on the cross. But Father's Day is like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, pretty much. But no, man,
Mhm.
look, I'm glad you had a good birthday. I'm glad you actually, you had that weird, like, I don't know, appreciative moment.
It was appreciative, but then like I said, after it was over, and then here we fast forward to this Sunday, and then it's like a little bit more. It's sad
Yeah,
because it's like I can't get that feeling back, But it was like it was like an eye opener, and it was
yeah,
like, hey, I'm appreciative, but at the same time, I'm upset at myself that I didn't realize, what I had in front of me sooner to make a change, to try to keep. But I don't know. Things happen for a
I
reason. I
mean,
mean, I don't
and
know.
look, I
I
was
don't
gonna
want to
ask
blame
you.
everything on myself, but at the same, because
No, but I was
I
gonna
didn't
ask.
contribute to fully, how we've all fell apart. But at the same time, I could have been a little bit more cooperative. I could have did some things to try to mend, you know,
Right.
the bad relationship that had already become, toxic and spiraled out of control. I don't know what that point was, if there was any way to get back to that point, because it didn't happen overnight. Definitely
No,
did not.
no, not at
Yeah.
all. Because I was gonna ask you, like, does that put you in a place where you try to mend those fences, or are you just kind of like, well, one of those deals where you did what you did? I'm always gonna have this about me. You know what I mean? Like, what?
You saying what came out of that?
Yeah, like, is there?
Uh, no, I mean, I don't really see a point of reconciliation or anything like that. I don't know if we can go down that path of,
Okay.
hey, let's give this a try again. It's like kind of like the shit is out the horse, or the horse is out the barn, or whatever analogy you want to use. It's kind of hard to kind of backpedal to where we
Yeah.
were, but
Right.
I think it was just a happy moment. Hey, look what we
Feels like it was
had.
a. Feels like it was a growing moment for you.
Yeah. Remember on your back porch that one time that we were talking, and we talked about, your exes, and I asked you what was your feeling towards her, and I said, was it good, bad? And then your response was indifferent. And I was like,
Yeah.
man, you got
Very, very nothing.
yeah. I was like, man, you got a strong mind tonight. Because most people, when they come out of a relationship, either they have, a good relationship with the ex.
Right.
Most of the time it's a bad one. I don't even want to see that person. Don't bring their name up. But most of the time it's not indifferent. It's not no feeling at all. I was like, man, you
I
got
mean,
to
it
have a
took a while to
strong
get there.
mind
It took a
and
while to
strong
get there.
mind to pull the emotion completely out of it. I was like, and I remember I said to you, I said, I hope I can graduate to your level of
Yeah.
indifferency. So I think that was one step towards that, because probably fresh off of, the breakup or the move out. I don't think I
Mhm.
could have.
No.
I don't think I could have been around her for
No.
that period of time without bringing up something, or starting an
Right.
argument.
Right.
So yeah, it was like you said, a growing up moment. Um, that's a good way to put it on both ends,
And
not just
and
mine.
it's right. And I think any dude or gal that's listening, man,
Oh, you're really
every
low now. I can't hear you. What'd you
uh,
say?
is that better?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
So you said what?
Any girl or gal that's listening here, I mean, you got to realize a breakup is never a singular party thing. It never is. Like, there's so much learning to be had after it happens. It's like, okay, you can't do it in real time. You have to be away from that person for a while to actually kind of have that, ah, okay. And then you had that cool moment where they came in and you're like, ah, yeah. I made some oopsies. I made some mistakes. Got it. Um, I'm gonna take this though. I'm gonna grow from it, and on my next relationship, that's where I'm gonna be. I'm gonna learn from that. But I think sometimes you have to kind of go through it, man. And I'm glad that you had a good birthday. But I think that's actually your gift. Ironically enough, I think that was your gift. The kind of epiphany of like, oh man, huh? Okay, yeah, I should have appreciated this, because once I lost it, I didn't realize what I lost till I got a gift of it back, a little sample size, and now it's like, oh man, now I'm
Yeah,
sad.
I mean, like you said, I mean, the next relationship or any other significant other that I have,
Yeah.
I am going to probably go overboard as far as being, extra
Well,
appreciative, and I don't want to go overboard, but at the same
right,
time, I mean, I don't know. I was always like a hard ass, really like tried to, like, I ain't gonna say try, but didn't say, the those
right.
important words, I love you all the time and stuff like that. But whoever the second person, the second go around, they gonna get a whole bunch of it. They gonna get to the point where they gonna be like, "Will you shut up and stop loving me so much?"
Right.
So definitely, it's
You're gonna
definitely a learning experience.
wake
Some
up here
some tools
forever.
that I got in my tool belt now that to
Yeah.
appreciate a relationship a lot more than I have in the past.
And
Yeah.
dude, and like, not to like put you super on Front Street, I'm also trying something different on the mic. So tell me, how am I low still, or how's that sound?
You did. You started getting low a little bit. Go ahead.
All right. I tried something different on there to see if it would make a difference. It made a bad difference. Anyway, I don't know, man. I feel like you are now in a place where, and I hate to say it this way, but like, that was like almost all you knew for like the longest time. Like, once you finally got out, you're like, oh, and I get it. Like, it's so easy to be comfortable, but I don't know. We're not going to get into that stuff. That's not what this episode is about. But I like the fact that you kind of got a pseudo gift with an appreciation kind of thing, and that's cool, man. I dig it.
Yep.
All right, pivoting to something I probably should have pivoted to earlier, but I didn't want to like put your birthday too far down on the card. Um, dude, why do people get so horny in hotels? Why is that a thing?
I think it's the taboo, the naughty is. It's like, hey, we are in a place where majority. I mean, people only use hotels for only a few things. Most of the time, it's either they're on travel
Yeah.
and they're just, hey, I'm staying over because I have some type of travel that's either for recreation or even business
Right.
travel. Hey, I'm at a retreat or something for a business, or something like I had at said job, like a leadership retreat or something like that.
That job,
But
yay.
but the majority of, I mean, the hotel rooms is either, if it's not travel and it's not recreational travel or business travel, it seems like it's the place. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if the juices flow or anything like that that just gets you extra extra horny or inquisitive. I don't know what it is. It's like, hey, we're in a naughty place. Let's do some naughty things. I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, you probably got, same thing with someone in a club or something like that. They probably wouldn't, just get all crazy and dance all crazy if they wasn't in the club. But because they're in the club and they had a few drinks and their friends is digging it, they might act a little wilder than they normally do. I don't know. it's just like one of those things where it's like, hey, this is the place to do this. So let's get crazy with it. I don't know.
Yeah, it was just a thought. It seems to be a thing.
I can't hear you at all.
Really?
I don't know what you said. You said it was a thought, and then I
See,
just
I can hear myself. Like, I don't know, maybe something on your side potentially.
no. You said it was just a thought, and then I didn't hear anything else after that.
No, I mean, I was just saying it was a thought where I'm like, why is that a thing? Like, why do people tend to be more just, I don't know.
I think this is the designated plot. It's like, okay, somebody can be in a relationship and they argued at
Okay.
home. Okay, let's suppose your birthday trip or whatever, y'all were going to Boston, and
Yeah.
let's suppose leading up to that, y'all had gotten into an argument, and she wasn't giving you none, you wasn't getting none. I mean, neither one of y'all was messing with each other, or
Right.
you were going dry. Come that day that y'all get in that hotel on that trip, you think she's gonna keep you out there in the dry? No, it's okay. This is the play.
It's
Like,
weird.
I don't
It's like,
care how much we argue, but once we get into the arena, so to speak, we gonna do what we gotta do.
it's like a weird cheat code, man. Like, I don't get it. I've just never understood why that is such a weird, not weird, but like why that it activates it. You just,
And it's
I
even
mean,
done. It's even done it on an atmosphere of two people that ain't even together. Two people
right.
that
Yeah.
end up cheating.
Right.
They probably both got a significant other or a husband or wife at home, and they're on a business trip, and they're in the hotel, and they go to the lobby and they have a few drinks and joke and all of that.
Yep.
And one realizes, hey, I'm on floor such and such, you're on floor such and such, or they could be on the same floor, and
Mhm.
those same juices cause people to destroy their relationships just because of that hotel atmosphere. That's crazy.
Yeah. I just don't. I mean, I'm not opposed to it. We already traveling folks, so we kind of live that life. But also, is this any better now?
Uh, is you like you're talking directly at it, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm loud as hell.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, like I can see, um, like I
like
can see
the equalizer when you talking, you can see
yeah,
like
it
it
looks
going up.
perfectly. Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
Well, I mean, the only way,
I,
I mean, you're saying that you may think it's, how I'm receiving it. Yeah, if you play it back, you'll see.
yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. I don't know. I'm curious. I'll check it out, but yeah, I may need to buy something new here then. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. Just thought I had curious about it. Um,
Good topic. I never really
yeah.
even thought about that really until
Well,
you just
and then
brought it up.
on top of that, you think about it too, right? You get the people that, like, let's say you're very regular, right? You just
You're
do
very
whatever you
what?
do. You're very regular, right? You just
Okay.
do regular, regular stuff with them, and yada yada yada, whatever. But then you get to the hotel, and then she's like, "Your soul is mine." Like,
You say like a possession, some type
right?
of exorcism get struck into the body, and it's like, who is this again?
Right? It's like you just activate, you know, something, and it's like, oh boy, oh, why? Okay, and then I don't know. It's just something that I think it is the exotic, the
We doing something naughty or something. I don't know. I mean, you could be perfectly married. There's no naughtyism going on, but because of the atmosphere, like, put it this way. Anytime that I went anywhere with my ex and we end up being in the hotel, it was never a dull night.
Yeah.
It was never a, well, I'm going to bed and fuck you or whatever. No.
Well,
it's literally.
Yeah. On the contrary, sir.
Yeah. But never has it ever been. I mean, like I said, I don't care what arguments that led up to before that, and I don't care what arguments that happened after that. But that sacred moment that you are there, it's going down like Young Jock.
All right, am I too loud now?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Do I sound the same? Am I on the same like level of?
It seems like when you talk to the side, that's when it goes like kind of out. But if you talk at the top,
so talk down like this.
Yeah.
Like that. That is fine. I'm not breaking up. You're not losing me. Anything like that. I'm all good.
All good. Yep.
Interesting.
Talk down on people.
That's what I usually do. All right. You change it here. Now, what about here? Am I still good? No worries at all. We're all good here. No drops.
Not the same.
Interesting.
Not the same.
I still might buy. I still will buy something new. But anyway, sorry. This is the realness of this podcast. This is what we do. We gotta figure it out. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Say work out the acoustics during the show.
Fine. It's fine.
You're like, it's fine.
Don't worry about it. Okay, so now that we've got all the sexy out of it, the plan was not to do a draft, which is weird because that's kind of like the mainstay of the pod. Because I kind of figured what's always good is we do kind of like a catch up. If we miss a week because of whatever, there's usually enough to kind of fill the time.
Yeah,
but you did say you had a draft idea, and I liked it. So let's do it.
All right.
Tell all the kiddos what the draft is.
No, just real quick, because this. What's our view count? I mean, I know last time you told me we was at 11K. Where we at now?
Oh, this guy's all flexing and shit. Oh.
No, I'm just saying. That was the last update, and that was like, I think that was on my birthday. So that,
yeah.
I mean, yeah. When you sent me that crazy clip. I opened that clip. I was in, like I said, I was having some shots at the bar. I was in the bar and I pulled it up. I was like, what the hell? You always got me on an embarrassing moment. They probably like, man, this dude is over there looking at some crazy stuff.
Yeah. Well, we're getting more subs. So we've gained like 7 people in about a week, which is pretty fun. But
excellent.
We are currently at 11.9.
Almost 12.
Yeah. So.
Dang.
Yeah.
That clip breakup thing, that is crazy. We're like almost averaging 1K a week.
Oh yeah. So I will tell you, I actually got this will be a fun little thing to kind of share with people. So YouTube sent me a thing today. This is what you got up to in May. So 1 video, terrible, 45 shorts, which, that's breaking everything up, in 3 live streams. So people watched your channel 9.3K times. So 9,300. That's 9.2K more than previous months. I'm like, yeah, I know.
They compared it to last Monday.
Right. It's absolutely goofy. But what's cool is, though, so we had 108 likes, 2 shares, and 15 comments. So people are doing more than just watching, which is always cool. I always appreciate that because I want people to actually participate.
Yeah, because we used to, I ain't gonna say beg, but we were like, man, we were really soliciting. We begged. We were soliciting so many responses so we can get some ideas for the next show.
Right.
Never got no comments, nothing.
Yeah. But I think we went about it wrong. We went about it wrong.
Like I told you, the attention span of most people, they
Right.
they got about a good 10 or 15 minutes. If it's longer than that, they're probably going to tune out. And their attention span doesn't hold that long.
Right. And we honestly, funny enough, we should probably start to try to keep the shows to an hour.
Yeah.
Mostly because you are right, and I don't want to waste our time. And I know that sounds bad, but it's also one of those things where why do an extra half hour or whatever if no one actually ends up listening to it? Because we do the draft at the end, and if people are tuning out 45 minutes in or whatever, they never actually get to not our meat and potatoes, but kind of our signature,
Yeah.
So, yeah, but we also talk way too much, so it's hard.
Yeah, we do.
It's fine. Anywho.
All right. So on to the draft. So the draft idea for me, this came about. I was watching a show on Netflix, and I mean, this is actually like my second time watching the show, but it seemed like sometimes when you watch a show or a series of a show and then you watch it a second time, you pick up a whole bunch of things you didn't see the first time, or maybe you were too out of it, or you just weren't paying attention, or there were certain parts that you skipped over. So this is my second go around watching the show Cobra Kai on Netflix. And the snake, or the symbol of the snake, or the t-shirts that they wear, and the emblem that comes up to end every show is awesome to me. I even bought my son one of the shirts that say Cobra Kai. It's a snake symbol, says Cobra Kai. And I was looking at this symbol and I'm like, man, that's a hard symbol. I gotta get me some t-shirts made. And then I had the idea for the draft. I'm like, man, there's certain symbols or iconic symbols that they don't have to have no words next to them. They don't have to have no explanation. Soon as you see this symbol, you know what it means, everything it's associated with, and it's a part of American culture. Whether it's, when the symbol came out, I mean, till today's world, there's certain symbols that mean a whole bunch. So I said, hey, let's do a draft on iconic symbols that when you see this symbol, you know what it's all about. And it is woven into the fabric of American culture, or even the world culture. I don't even want to limit it to just America.
Okay.
Yeah. So my first one was, of course, and this is not in any order. It's not like I'm choosing Cobra Kai over any other symbol. It's just that was the initial one that made me thought of the idea. So that's my first pick, is the Cobra Kai symbol. When people see that, it's not copied by no other people. There's no other company in competition with it or anything like that. You see that shirt, you automatically think the Karate Kid, the bullies that he was fighting. It's an iconic symbol.
All right. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to try to cheat, and you tell me if it's okay.
You're going to what?
I'm going to try to cheat.
Cheat.
Can I do a bundle?
Bundle? Of how many?
4.
Oh, I know where you're going. Hometown?
Huh?
Hometown?
No.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to do the logo for MLB, NHL, NFL, and NBA.
I have those down. Yep.
even though it has, the acronym, you can eliminate the acronym and you know exactly what that is.
Yes. I have that as well.
Okay. Is it okay?
The NFL shield, the NBA little man, like when you see that symbol, MLB, what is it, like a bat in like a circle?
Yeah.
And then hockey. Yeah. You know what all that means. It's hitting for.
Right.
And it doesn't have to have a word under it or anything. You know
Right.
exactly what it means.
Mm-hmm. Pretty simple. So I felt
Yep.
like I cheated, but I'm okay with it. Because it would be dumb to pick one like individually, each one that's like, okay.
Well, I had the bundle wrote down in this, just from being from Pittsburgh. The iconic symbols that we grow up with is if you ever see a Steeler logo, you see a Pirate logo or a Penguin logo, they don't have to have nothing around it.
Right.
You know exactly what it means, and it should alert chills. It should exert chills down your body, because if you're from this area and you're a true fan, which, you know, I still don't understand the people that live in this area and that happens to be like a Dallas Cowboys fan or a Green Bay fan, Tiff.
Like, there's no one grew up anywhere where they live anymore. It seems like that's just not. That's not. You don't come across that anymore. Like when I went to Boston, right? I'm expecting to hear like Wicked Smat, and no, like maybe twice. Like nobody there is from Boston. It's weird. All right, pick 2. Go ahead. What do you got?
All right. My next one is the Wu-Tang symbol.
Yo, you son of a bitch. That was absolutely my number 1, and I'm like, no.
That symbol, and this is not just American culture.
You're the worst.
He said, "You're the worst." This is across the world. You can go into Australia with an all-black shirt on with that Wu-Tang symbol on it, and no one's gonna say, "What does that mean?" Right. Everybody knows what it means.
Oh, you're the worst, man.
I'm sorry. You just pulled off the sports bundle.
I did, but I was hoping to sneak back and get the Wu-Tang and be done. Oh, God bless America. Oh, I don't even want to play anymore. This is terrible. All right, I'm gonna steal this here too because I'm a bad person. The Disney D.
The Disney D, definitely.
Yeah. Now I could care less about Disney. I'm just doing this to hurt you.
Yeah.
But I mean, you talk about an international. You know, I think even blind people can see that. Like they're like, like it's just one of those deals where it is so stupidly iconic that.
And it's like the Disney D is kind of a little bit newer, but if you add on the Mickey ears or whatever,
right,
that hits hard. It's like there is no mistake.
But it's just like
what company we're dealing with.
Of cursive that it's like you just know.
Yeah.
I also stare at it all around this house, so I'm like,
you have that engraved in your brain.
Yeah, I
do. All right. Third one. The Jumpman or the Air Jordan symbol.
Okay.
When you see the man, it doesn't have to have a word under it. You can have an all black shirt on with just one red little man sitting there, and people know you spent a pretty decent amount of money on it and what it represents. I mean, that Jordan symbol, you can take a pair of ugly sandals, slap that little symbol on it, and they instantly become cool. Instantly.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
You could take a goofy sweatsuit that a player's warming up in, slap that little thing on it. Yeah. It's dope. It is official. Yeah.
Okay. All right, pick 3. I'm going the Apple.
Apple?
Apple.
Yeah.
Simple.
I mean, when you see that, I mean, like, you even see it on shows or TV, product placement.
To the point where you can't even look at an apple and not think of an Apple product. You're like, Did Jobs make that too? Did Jobs make a Honeycrisp apple? No, he did. But like he probably had some kind of something to do with it. I don't know. But yeah, no, like you just see that and you just kind of because it's everywhere now, especially because it's everything technology based and everything. It's like, well, yeah.
I mean, like you can even be watching a show or TV, and then if somebody has a laptop and they pull it out and they lift it up, and you see that apple on the back of it, you're like, yeah, that's pretty good, decent, fancy piece of equipment they got there.
Absolutely, it's so easy. It's not like you need to have some kind of crazy. Like it's annoying how simplistic the marketing on it is. It's like, here's an apple, okay.
An apple with like a little chunk bit out of it, and you're like, you know what that's hitting for? Like, if I see anybody with that, whether it be a phone, an iPad, a laptop, or TV, anything, if I see that somebody pull that out or and they have an electronic device and it has it on it, my instant thought is that
costs money.
Yes, that costs money and it works well. It's probably a good product.
I know who I'm gonna rob. Right, I get it.
Yeah. Make no mistake about it. Like you're not looking at that and be like, man, that thing probably don't even work. As soon as they pull it out, you're like, oh, let me see what it do.
Yeah.
Instantly.
Start tracing them to the house. You're like, you don't lock your door.
When is you leaving so I can take that?
Right. How sturdy is the back of your head? Let's see.
Yeah. My last one is music related, even though Wu-Tang was music related. But I'm gonna go rock and roll with that Rolling Stones tongue. When you see that tongue and the lips with the tongue on it, you can have a shirt on it that has nothing on it but that.
Right. Well,
do you think anybody's mistaken that for anything but the Rolling Stones?
Very good point. Interesting. Little pivot there. I didn't see coming.
That tongue is like iconic. I mean, it's going on for years and years. That's another international one. You can take that anywhere.
It's funny. Like, generally speaking, all of ours have been pretty international. I mean, maybe the sports logos, maybe, but But I'm gonna go a super international one. You ready? McDonald's M.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
And nobody mistakes it for anything else. Like there's no way that you look at the McDonald's M and say, is that McCooley's or something? Yeah.
Right.
McDonald's M. Yeah. For years and years and years.
I think the interesting thing is majority of our picks in this whole thing have been really, really simple. Just really simple. Like not like an apple, an M, a D. I mean,
tongue, a man, a jump man, and a big W that's crazily shaped.
Yeah.
Simple, very simple, but nobody mistakes what they mean. I got actually two honorable mentions, but
okay.
This is just for me and you.
Yeah.
When you see that, don't you get excited when you see that Yahoo Fantasy app symbol? When you see it, you like, oh.
We're having a religious moment here, people. So if you don't understand, you need to get in the know.
When I see that symbol, it's like
you start seeing. Listen, you start getting those cold mornings. You're like, wow, I'm pressing this button here soon.
And when you see it, it says, draft or something. I just feel like Christmas. It's like, oh my God, I can use this app again. Because after it's over, you put it away and you're like, I still start looking at it. Even when the fantasy season's over, I probably still pull that shit up. Probably like 2 or 3 weeks after the season's over, still looking at it like something's gonna pop out and be competitive. But
I get it.
then after a while, you don't even touch it.
I get
Like
it.
I haven't touched it in so long. It's like, but I keep looking at it, and that's like,
I've accidentally. Well, actually, I've had to touch it because I'm trying to get some people in here. But
you uninstall it?
no, oh God, no! Don't say those dirty words, sir. Like I accidentally, brush against it, but I've actually had to like jump in there because I'm waiting to see where I can actually start sending out invites and things like that. So
Yeah.
got to get the season ready. But all right, what else you got for honorable
Oh,
mention?
my last one was another music one. It was, I don't know, it's probably not as iconic, but it is. I mean, you know that symbol for Prince. That
okay.
Yeah. I mean, don't nobody associate. I mean, you can. I ain't gonna say mistake it, but somebody that is into the science world, they can think it means for the man or the woman. But usually, when you see that symbol, you know it's Prince.
You know what we forgot? The Nike swoosh.
Yeah, I was thinking about that when I said the Jordan thing because I'm sitting there looking at a Nike box right now on my floor, and I'm like, the swoosh. That's another one that you can turn something ugly as hell, slap that swoosh on it,
right?
Instantly becomes cool. Instantly. That wasn't bad.
Yeah, I think we're good here. Kind of kept it sort of short for what we usually do. So we'll actually have a show next week, which is crazy. 2 weeks in a row. I know.
Yeah.
Yes, I guess we'll know more, more info about the week after
the Father's Day. Yeah.
Father's Day come then. So kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I know the Mother's Day. I didn't do anything.
It's at 7,
as far as
7 at night. Like I can't imagine that anything is going to be going on still at that point for either one.
Yeah, and it's not like people don't got to work the next day. It's like it's not a 3-day weekend or anything. Huh?
We've already established nobody gives a shit about it anyway, so who cares?
Yeah. And like I said, for Mother's Day, I mean, I didn't do anything for my ex. I don't know if anything's gonna go down here outside of a text message of Happy Mother's Day, Happy Father's Day. That's about it.
I think it's more for the kids to like come do something.
Yeah, like come and. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I doubt it, but I'll let you know. Closer to.
Chances are pretty high we'll have a show, but whatever.
Yeah.
All right, kids. Well, that was fun.
And we can sit there and tell each other Happy Father's Day. That's about it.
Well, I'm not being a douche, but I'm 100% sure Tiff will do something. So.
You do anything for Mother's Day? No, I think we did a show on Mother's Day. I think so.
Yeah, we did do. But I know that she went to brunch with Oh, you know what? She told me I didn't really have to do too much because we were both pretty sick. Because that was like
either we did a show or I think that was one of the shows where you said you were still under the weather or something like that. It was like the week after your birthday or something like that, right?
I was still.
You were still sick, so we skipped out. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
But I didn't do anything. I know I didn't do anything at all.
Yeah.
As far as for my ex or do anything with my kids or anything, it was just a text. Happy Mother's Day.
That's kind of weird. Like when you're not together, it's a little like I don't know, man. Like I don't really want to do anything, but I feel like I'm obligated. But I'm also like, I hate you.
Yeah, most of the time. I mean, even in years past when I was living in the house and we were all, it was mainly, for Mother's Day we would actually go to a restaurant. Like we would go to, like a Texas Roadhouse or Red Lobster or something like that, and the lines would be crazy and it'd be an hour wait for a table. And on Father's Day it was more of, hey, I got some steaks and some ribs and we're gonna throw it on the grill. We wasn't going nowhere formally. It was just like. It was like the dad is always kind of like a low key thing. It wasn't like
I feel like we want that though. Like we don't need.
Yeah. I'm good with some burgers and some ribs and stuff on the grill. I mean,
give me some dead animals. I'm all set, man. Just
Yep.
cook the dead animals. Just lay me down and just like throw them in my face hole, and we'll be fine. That's what I want.
Yep. So most likely it's probably not going to be anything. So yeah, we should be good. But
Okay.
I don't want to say for sure. I just don't want to
Right.
guarantee
Well,
it.
we'll let folks know next week. That's fine. But yeah, look, people, thanks for showing up. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Keep on, kind of giving us all the attention that we don't deserve. I've been throwing up reels of puppy, and then this thing gets cut up. So yeah, anything you guys can do to kind of get the word out on us is always helpful. So
Always appreciate it.
yeah. All right. Well, like always, it was terrible to see you. So looking forward to not seeing you anymore
Yep.
until we see you next week. And yeah, toodaloo there, kiddos.
Peace, everybody. Deuce.